Sorry. Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about teen pregnancy and my personal story of how I found out I was pregnant when I was 17. Okay, so it was my senior year and I was a cheerleader, and we had started conditioning like for cheerleading, and like I had started noticing that my stomach was like cramping for some reason. Like it was cramping like on and off, and I knew it wasn't my period. So I was telling my mom that like I felt weird, like my stomach was hurting, but I wasn't thinking I was pregnant. I was just, if I would have thought that, I wouldn't have told my mom that my stomach was hurting. So I was telling her that my stomach was hurting, and so she was like, what do you think it is? I was like, I don't know, whatever. Y'all, I was eating Zaxby's every day. Like after I get out of cheerleading practice, I would go get Zaxby's, and I would come home with my Zaxby's, and my mom would see that I would keep getting Zaxby's. So she called the OBGYN and made me an appointment. And I was thinking, all I did was say that my stomach was hurting. Why do I have to go to the OBGYN? Why can't I just go to my regular doctor? So I knew then that she kind of knew that something was going on, but I didn't know. Okay, so like that next week, I think I went to the OBGYN and I had to give them a urine sample. I had to give them blood work, and that was the other thing. And she left me there, y'all. She dropped me off and she left. Okay, so I did all of that. And so the doctor came in and was asking me questions, like when was my last period and stuff like that. And so she went out of the room and she was gone for like 30 minutes. Like I sat in that room by myself for like 30 minutes straight. So she finally came back in and like she was pulling something with her. So I was like, what is that? Turns out it was an ultrasound monitor. So she was like, yeah, we got a positive pregnancy test. You're pregnant. I was like, what? Y'all, I was about to cry. So she told me that I was pregnant or whatever. So she told me to take my clothes off from the bottom. So I took my pants and my shoes and stuff off. And so she had to insert the thing into my vagina to try to see where the baby was. So she was looking around for the baby and it was nothing in there. It was just the I forgot what it's called, something sack where the baby is in, and so it was empty. And so she was saying either it was a sign of early miscarriage or that it was too early on, in the baby's developmental stage for it to be seen on ultrasound. So she said that we would try again in a couple of weeks. So she asked, was I gonna tell my mother? And I told her that I didn't want to. And so she knows my mom, so I asked her, could she tell her for me? Because I was scared. So she called my mom and she was like, yeah, we got a positive pregnancy test. She was positive for HCG, which is the hormone that they find when you're pregnant. So she told her that, y'all. And I started crying because I already knew. My mama said, oh yeah, I already knew. That's why she made the appointment, because she knew that I was pregnant. So she was like, yeah, I kind of figured that she was, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so fast forward. After that, I had to go to cheerleading practice. So I went to practice. My stomach was still hurting. I went to practice. I came home and my mom was waiting on me to come home. She was sitting in the kitchen waiting on me to come home. And she was like, she gave me the regular talk. But she was not as mad as I thought she was going to be. Like, she wasn't, like, oh, I'm going to kill you, none of that. She wasn't doing any of that. She just told me, like, what's the responsibilities that I'm about to have to take on. And she was telling me about how I should have never been doing what I was doing because I was crying. She was like, this is your fault. You did this. You made this bed. You got to lay in it. So I understood all of that, y'all, but I was still so sad. Like, I feel like my whole life was over. I had just started my senior year. Like, this was like the 3rd week of school. So I was going to miss all the activities. I was going to miss cheerleading. I was going to miss the parties and everything. That's what made me sad. So she had told me all that, and so like a couple more weeks went by. Then I went back to the OBGYN to get another ultrasound, and this time the baby was there. He was there, and he was just wiggling around. He was really small, And so I got the ultrasound, came home. I wasn't really excited, like, you know how like you see movies and stuff and you see like the ultrasound on TV and they're so excited about it. I wasn't really excited. So I came home, I put ultrasound up. Fast forward, keep on fast forward. Yeah. So I was really sad my whole pregnancy. Like, I didn't have any fun at all. All I did was eat, sleep, in school. And so like I had asked my counselor, could I change like my classes so I won't have to. I was so embarrassed, y'all, that I didn't even want to walk around the school. So I asked my counselor, could I do dual enrollment, which means that I would be going to college instead of regular school because I had all my credits for high school. So she let me change my schedule. So I was only going to school for one class, which was my pharmacy class in the morning, and then I would leave, and the rest of my classes were online. So yeah, I would come home and like just shut myself in the room and just eat and sleep and do my work and repeat it all over again. Like, I was really depressed. I was sad. So sorry. Okay, so I was depressed and I was sad, and so I just wanted to go to school, come home, and do the same thing all over again every day. So I did that every day. I cried every day. I cried every day. I had a couple of friends that's what I'm saying. Like, when you're pregnant and you're like a teenager, you're in high school, like, just have those couple of friends that you know, like, you know, if you're going through something, that you can call on them, they'll be right there. Because if you have a pregnant friend, you will understand where I'm coming from. Like, you really, that friend feels like she's like the outcast, you know, of everybody, especially being young. You know, people frown upon teen pregnancy. So teens that are pregnant does feel like the outcast. They feel bad. And so I understand myself because I was going through that. So I would never want like a teen mom to feel like, you know, look at her, she's pregnant. No. That's one of the reasons why many, you know, teen mothers are depressed and, you know, just dropping out of school and not wanting to go to school and stuff like that. I feel like other people are the main reasons why stuff like that is happening. So I just wanted to encourage, like if you're pregnant right now, or if you just had a baby and you're young, or if you are about to have a baby and you're young, I just feel like, you know, enjoy your pregnancy. You know, you're pregnant now, you can't take it back. It's, you know, you did what you did. You did what you did. Like, people make mistakes. I hate when people try to make, you know, teen pregnancy like one of the biggest sins. Every sin is equal. You sin, you sin. You know, just because you're young and pregnant does not mean that you can't be a great mother. That does not mean that you cannot continue on with your life. You do not swap out your dreams for a birth certificate, you know? Like, you have your baby, and your baby is your motivation. Like, that is what's going to keep you going. Like, right now, it may not feel like it's going to be the best feeling in the world, but when you finally get to hold your baby and you see your baby, you're going to be so happy, and you're going to feel like you have something to live for now. Because I know when I was pregnant, like, I only told a couple people this, like, I really did not want to have my baby. Like, I was considering, I said, I want an abortion, but y'all, my mom was not about to let me do that. I told her, like, a lot of times I want an abortion. Even when I had got further along, I did not want that for myself because I was so worried about what other people were going to say. I was not thinking about the baby, and I was not thinking about myself. I was thinking about other people. And that's what you shouldn't do, because you should not worry about what everybody else has to say. Nobody's life is perfect. Nobody's living a perfect life. Everybody sins. So I feel like you should embrace your pregnancy. You should go have fun. It's other stuff that pregnant people can do besides party. I sat in the house my whole pregnancy because nobody told me this stuff. I had nobody to talk to. Like, I was really like alone. I felt like I was alone when there were people out there for me to talk to, but I kind of just like sheltered myself and put myself in a little hole because I didn't want to deal with people, or I just felt like everybody was going to look at me funny or whatever. So I just feel like, you know, you should embrace your pregnancy, embrace your baby, because your baby's going to love you more than anything else in the world. And so, you know, it's light at the end of the tunnel. if you're pregnant right now and you feel like, you know, that you want to give up, you don't want to go to school, you don't want to have your baby, it's light at the end of the tunnel. Like, it's not gonna last forever. You may feel like you're in a dark place now, but as soon as you get the relief of pushing that baby out and your baby's in your arms, you're gonna feel so much better. Like, everything that you're going through right now, you're not even gonna remember it. Because I just remember my story, because I've always wanted to record and make a video like for other people. I was like, I never want anybody else to feel the way that I felt my pregnancy. Like, y'all, I was really just depressed. I have 2 pictures of myself when I was pregnant. I took 2 full body pictures of myself. Other pictures are pictures that like my mom took or like my family members took. But like, just standing in the mirror taking a picture of myself while I was pregnant, I never did that. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel like this not cute. Like, that's what I was saying to myself. Like, this isn't cute. I don't even want to take a picture. But take your pictures. Have your memories. You know, take pictures. Go places. It's going to be okay. That's all I had to tell myself. It's going to be okay. And so, okay, y'all. So, after that part of my life was over, after, you know, I was done being depressed, I was like, I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm just going to be happy about this. I'm going to make, you know, light of the situation. So, graduation day, y'all. My baby was due on May 31st. Graduation was the 19th. No, graduation was the 18th. Okay, so I was in labor, y'all. I had went to the doctor the day before. My one of my teachers actually told me to go to the doctor the day before, because at graduation practice, like, I was having contractions. And so that next day, the day before graduation, I had went to the doctor and he measured me and I was 2 centimeters, I think. 2 centimeters. So I didn't tell him. He told me that I needed to, you know, just rest and stay off my feet. I did not tell him that my graduation was the next day, because I was like, he's not gonna, you know, advise me to go walk across the stage or whatever. So y'all, I went to my graduation because nobody was gonna stop me. I said to myself, all I want to do is get my diploma, and then, you know, this will be over with. So yeah, my little baby held on until graduation day. So graduation, I was in labor, having contractions. Even walking again my diploma, the minute they put that diploma in my hand, y'all, a contraction. And I just had to smile and take a picture, act like nothing was happening. I didn't tell anybody that I was in labor, because I know they were going to be alarmed. So I got my diploma. I went and sat down. I had heels on, y'all. I wore heels to graduation. And so I felt like that was bringing on the contractions more. So I went and sat down. And after graduation, you know, when you go with your family or everything, I switched shoes with my mother, because my mama had on some tennis shoes and I had on heels. So she put on my heels and I got her shoes. So later that night, I had a little graduation thing here when we had seafood or whatever. And it was spicy. So I ate some of that. And still, I was having contractions all that time. And so later, about 6:45 a.m., I finally went to the hospital. And the nurse checked me, and I was 7 centimeters when I got there. So I was in labor like the whole graduation. Like because 2 weeks before that, I was really feeling bad. Like, my stomach was cramping. I felt like he was about to come out then. So I knew kind of, you know, it was about to happen soon, but I did not know it was going to be the day after graduation. So the doctor checked me. I was 7 centimeters. And I went and I had my baby. Y'all, I was so happy. Like I said, I went through all of that. Like, I was so sad and miserable my whole pregnancy. But look at the outcome. Like, you always have to think about, it's going to be a great outcome in the end. It may feel like right now, I don't want to go through this or whatever, but in the end, the outcome is great. You get a pretty little baby and you get to love on him and he loves you. So I had my baby the day after graduation and I was 18. So I got pregnant at 17. I had him at 18. And now we're best friends. Like, he's just my best friend, y'all. And he's so adorable. I love him so much. So I knew that, you know, trouble don't last always. Sorry, I thought I heard somebody. Y'all, somebody was calling me. Okay. So yeah, I just feel like, you know, teen moms, just embrace your situation. Embrace your pregnancy. Be happy about your pregnancy. Don't let anybody make you feel bad about your pregnancy, because I know I let a lot of people get to me while I was pregnant, which is one of the main reasons why I was so depressed, because I was so worried about what other people were thinking. And I came to realize, you know, this person is not perfect. You know, who are they to judge me anyways? Because I'm pretty sure that they have some dirt in their past. You know, you don't just go around talking about people, make people feel bad, especially somebody that's pregnant. Like, you're putting that negative energy on that baby. Like, you have to think about the baby too. So just be happy for your baby. Embrace your pregnancy. Don't let anybody tell you, you know, that you're not going to do this or do that. You know, you still have dreams. You can keep your dreams. You don't exchange your dreams for a birth certificate. You know, your baby's going to look up to you one day. Like, you have to be a role model for someone. And so don't let anybody tell you that you can't do anything, because you can. You're delayed but not denied. I always used to say that my whole pregnancy. Like, you know, you might do things a little later than someone else who isn't pregnant or isn't having a baby, but you're going to do it. You don't have to just throw away your dreams just because you're pregnant. You know, that doesn't stop anyone. You're pregnant, not handicapped. So yeah, I just feel like, you know, just embrace your pregnancy. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Yes, you messed up, but everybody messes up. Yes, you messed up, but everybody messes up. Like, I don't feel like anybody's perfect. I don't feel like anyone has room to judge anybody, no matter what the situation is. So just embrace your pregnancy. You know, be happy with your baby. Your baby's gonna be your best friend. So just, you know, be happy about it. Embrace the situation. You know, it's light at the end of the tunnel. You're not going to be in a dark place forever. Just because you may not have had the best pregnancy, or, you know, you may not have the best father for your child. You know, you have to be a mother at the end of the day. It doesn't matter who's going to be there or who's not. You know that you have to be there for your child, because that's what you birth. You birth your baby, so you're going to be there for your baby no matter who is and who isn't. So just be happy. You know, it's a pregnancy, it's a baby. Like, you about to be a whole mama out here. Just be happy about it. Yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I just wanted to share my story and just encourage any young mothers out there, or any soon-to-be mommies. So just love yourself, love your body, love your pregnancy, embrace it, because in the end, it's going to be a great reward, and everything that you went through will be worth it.